Hello and welcome back to Budget with Becca. Oh my goodness, I know it's been 2 months, I would say, since I've made a video or sat down and done a real cash stuffing. And that's just because life got in the way. I won't just chat a lot about it at the beginning. As I'm cash stuffing, I'll kind of fill everybody in. But the main thing is, after I moved, I thought I could jump back into, using my credit card again and doing it with, not overspending, but that did not happen. And I did go over budget and, racked up a lot on my credit card again. And it made me feel really, really crappy about myself. And then I kept wondering, why did I just not go back to cash stuffing? That's what worked so well for me. I was able to save so much money from that process that I just need to go back to doing it again. So in July, I did a little bit of cash stuffing, but it was kind of like half kind of version of it, not all the way. I did pay off majority of my credit cards because I'll just show you, I have this here. I had racked up close to almost $5,000 just from moving. There's just so many fees that I did not expect to come. And that's what happened beginning of July, beginning of June, end of July kind of style. It all got racked up. But I was able to pay it off on July 16th. I had some money from family, money from extra work that I had done with school for tutoring, and I just threw it at the cards. And since then that has happened, that was July 16th, I went to the mindset of, oh no, I definitely got this. I don't need to go back to cash stuffing. So that I started using my credit cards again. And now we are back in the boat of I owe money on those cards. And right now the plan with my new house is that I'm going to be doing a basement renovation to provide an income to help with the cost of my mortgage. Now, the plan was to get that started pretty soon after I bought the house, and hopefully by September, October, I would have somebody in the basement unit. That currently has not happened, nor has the construction started. The city I live in, the permit rules are just insane. Now I just know why people just go and start building without permits. It makes so much sense now because of the nonsense that they make you go through and just the process of everything. And you're at the mercy of the contractor, of the designer, of the engineer. It's just a long process. So with that being said, I'm dipping into my savings. I had a good cushion there, more than I wanted to. So it's just to get me through this next period. We do have the permit. It's now been submitted. I'm just waiting to hear back. So I'm hoping at that point, the timeline is October, November. And at that point I will have somebody in renting my basement. But until then, my budget is extremely tight. So sorry for all that rambling. And I've just made the decision, you know what? Why am I not doing something that works really well for me? So I'm back to cash stuffing, and I'm really, really excited to come back. It's just something that has brought me so much, confidence in the past because I've been able to save so much money, and I'm stick to a budget and I follow it. I don't know if anybody else has felt this way or does feel this way. I still love watching YouTube cash stuffings and all of that, but that also was very discouraging because I don't make as much, and the cash stuffings aren't as much anymore. When I lived at home, I had all this influx of extra cash, but also I was living at home and didn't have to pay rent or a mortgage. So now that I have that, I'm definitely on the, lower income for the cash stuffing when I watch a lot of videos of people cash stuffing crazy amounts. So anyway, with all that to be said, if you're in the same boat as me, I'm here to kind of represent us all. It's an up and down process. Personal finance is definitely personal, but it definitely has caused a lot of calmness and more control, and I'm looking forward to bringing that back into my life. So with all that rambling, that was just kind of a blurb of where I've been, why I haven't felt like I can go back to cash stuffing, or why I didn't go back to cash stuffing, but I'm excited to give it a try and just go all in again, just because I need to. And my budget is so rigid right now because I don't have a lot of money to save, and I really, really, really want to pay off all of my debt. So I will be doing a debt update video at the end of August, and then hopefully that journey can continue and I will just be able to get rid of debt in a year or two. I don't know how long it'll take me, but that is the goal. So anyway, let's get started with the cash stuffing. We are going to be stuffing $810. Now, this is not normal. My bi-weeklies won't be this much, but there is a reason. I have a wedding next week, so my gift category is a lot of money. So with all that being said, let's get started. We are going to start with my dividers. Now, I just made these yesterday. Like I said, I don't have a lot of disposable income right now, so I was really wanting to order some new ones off of Etsy. I love the ones from Kay's Wallet, but they're just a little too big for the wallet I'm currently using. So I just made these out of scrap paper, and for right now, they're going to work well. I'm going to laminate them, and hopefully they can last me a while. So you can see I tried different markers. I don't really like the way the font has turned out in the different ones, but for right now, that'll do. And I kind of like it's going into like these folly colors. So anyway, sorry, I've been rambling on. We are stuffing $810 here today. So for groceries, we're going to be stuffing $150. So I'm doing two 50s, 120, and 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, no, 2 more 5s. So that should be 150. So that's 100, 120, 125. Yeah, 125, 130, 135, 140, 150. And groceries. In food, we are going to be stuffing $100, and that's going to be 150, 120, and the rest in 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. So 50, 70, 75, 80, 85, 90, 95, 100. As you can see, the dividers are kind of shorter than the cash, and I made that so that it would fit in that wallet. And if anything, when I go put the money in after the video, I will just fold up the money a little bit like that. But for right now, I'm just going to leave it flat to see if it works. For shopping or spending, I'm going to do 100 as well. So that is 50, 2 20s, and 2 5s. So 50, 70, 90, 95, 100. Now, I used to cash stuff weekly, and I've gone back to bi-weekly because that is when I get paid, and I'm just going to stick with that amount. Next is gas. Gas, oh my Lord, I just filled my car up yesterday or 2 days ago now. It was at 170 for gas, and that's just ridiculous to me. I can't believe we were at that range. So at least I filled up. It should last me quite a bit. I do have to go to a wedding next week, and so that will be a little bit of driving, but my car is a hybrid, so I'm hoping I'll be able to get it work. If not, I will maybe take some public transit here and there as well, or carpool with friends that are also going to the wedding, and I'll just pay for gas that way. But for gas right now, I'm doing $70. That does not fill my tank when it's at 170, but I don't mind just putting the 70 and then, every week putting it at 170. It doesn't have to be completely full for the gas. So that's $70 in gas. Beauty is getting 80. So that's 3 20s. And then all the rest in 5, 10, 15, 20, right? 20, 40, 60, 65, 70, 75, 80. And I have a bit of a buffer in my miscellaneous because I'll be getting my hair done and styled for the wedding. So I'm not sure how much that's going to cost me. I do have my nails done, so I don't have to worry about that cost. But if anything, I will just dip into my miscellaneous for the extra cash for my hair if need be. So next is miscellaneous, which is getting 50. I never really do this much in miscellaneous because I'm pretty good with my numbers when it comes to grocery spending and food. But like I said, because of this beauty category and just with the cost of everything, I just wanted to provide that buffer and any last minute things just in case in that section of my wallet. So 20, 40, and then 2 5s. And I also just don't want to be tempted to even try to tap my card. And so providing that little extra buffer should help, because even if I don't use it, then it will just be put into savings in the following 2 weeks. Okay, so here are my dividers, and the thick and stuffed. I'm gonna put them up here so we can still see them. All right, next, I completely forgot. I have a little bit of rollover money. So like I said, I was kind of doing a half cash stuffing, so I did get cash. I'm also tutoring on my own and with the company this summer. So the tutoring on my own, they pay me in cash, and I just kind of used that. That was my beauty category money. And so I do get a lot of change from that. Priscilla is still quite stuffed. And now we're gonna add 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 13, 14, and then the rest are quarters. So that's really good. Definitely at the end, in even like a couple months, I can't believe we're already in August, but in December I will be opening up Priscilla and we'll be rolling that. This is kind of the only savings challenge that I always stick through each year, but it's exciting to see. She's really heavy, how much I have saved. So with that, I also have $5 left in my wallet that I'll just be putting to one of the binders when it comes to time. All right, next is my sinking funds. So my sinking funds are in my black folder. Now I had to think of creating some new ones now that I own a home, and my cat is here as well. And so I really wanted to provide enough of my budget actually matches my lifestyle to a T, so I had to add those categories in. For housing, we're going to be stuffing $30. So that's going to be a 20 and 2 5s. Now this is for any kind of Facebook Marketplace stuff. My house is pretty good for right now. That was another reason why my credit cards ended up being so high, is because I just kept buying without thinking, which did help me get everything I need. So I should be good. There'd be like some odds and ends stuff. And especially when the holidays come up, I have a separate sinking funds in a separate bank account for that kind of holiday spending. But majority of maybe the housing essentials will also be like housing odds and ends, maybe like toilet paper, paper towel. I'm not really sure how I'm going to use this, because I can also use my grocery envelope for that stuff, but if not, that's what this is here for. Or like I said, it's a sinking fund, so I can keep saving to purchase like Facebook Market stuff, anything that needs to be like bigger purchases for the house. And this beauty, as you know, I put the beauty in here, but I don't want to always walk with that cash, so I've also put the envelope here. My hair appointment is at the end of this week, so if there's any leftover money from that, then I will put it into this envelope, which brings me to pets. Pets, we are doing $30. Oh, yeah, I guess that's my last 20, right? Yes, I'm just making sure, because all of a sudden the money's gone. Pet is 20, and then 2 5s. So I had just bought my cat wet food from my grocery budget 2 weeks ago. Yeah, beginning of August, whenever that was. So I should be good for her for a while, but then this can also be a sinking fund for her as well. Gifts, now this is the big one. Gifts is getting a lot of money because, like I said, my friend's wedding. Now, weddings are expensive. I'm not a bridesmaid, she's not having bridesmaids, but I am like I was part of the bachelorette party and the bridal shower, and now the wedding has quite a few events, but this is going to be also just for her gift. So I'm doing 150 because you're supposed to kind of cover your amount of food that you eat. So that is 150, and then also I'm just providing a buffer for gifts. 65, right? Did I do that right? 150, 155, 160, 165, yeah. And then gifts will get 15 on top of it. So at least that's ready to go for the end of this week when the wedding is. Like I said, that's why my amount of cash was so high, is because I was taking out that money for the wedding. Now, All About Me is getting $10. This is a category just to kind of create a little bit of fun money and some spending. Maybe at the end of the year, it's going to be money to, upgrade my cash envelopes, or to spend on this process, or just for frivolous spending. I don't know if anybody watches Zoe. Oh my goodness, I can't remember her last name. She is a kind of newish cash stuffer, but she's more big into like the lifestyle content, and now she's a cash stuffer, and she's a Canadian cash stuffer, and it's kind of awesome to see. But she just bought herself like a brand new Louis Vuitton for all the savings that she's done. She also doesn't have a lot of debt, so that's also why she was able to put that money, when some of us are putting it to debt, she was able to put it to that purchase. She's also been debt free for a while, or at least that's my knowledge, like don't quote me on that. So kind of wanted to put back an all about me category just to provide that incentive, and will probably not be a big luxury purchase, but just to buy myself something here and there is always nice. Car maintenance, currently my car is doing just fine. Car maintenance is getting 15, but this is going to be saving for oil change. I think my oil change is like November, so that's good enough time to start that cash stuffing. And annual pay is getting 10, which is the last of our money. For right now, I have the Ring camera system for 2 places in my house, and I have an annual subscription for that, so that's saving for that, as well as my brother and I split a Spotify account, so that money will also be coming from there. So that is my sinking fund stuffed. Now in this pink binder will be my debt folder and my emergency fund stuffing, miscellaneous stuffing, Disney, kind of the savings categories. Currently, my goal is just to chuck as much money at debt as possible. So any extra money, any things I sell will go here. And when I do get margin in my budget again, then I'll start putting towards these. I do, like I said, get paid through tutoring, which is online payments, and it's a separate bank account, so that money goes into my emergency fund then, so I don't want to take that money out to then put it back into the emergency fund, just so I can, color this off. But I do have $1,000 there now. I also have $1,000 in savings, so that's providing me a little bit of comfort. My goal is to have $5,000 in my emergency fund by next July, so that's $4,000 to try and save. But as well, I really, really, really want to pay off my debt as much as possible, or at least bring a lot of it down, because that is where a lot of margin would be in my life if I could get a huge chunk of that gone out my way. So as of right now, sorry, that's $5 towards debt, and whatever left over from this next 2 weeks will then go into that debt folder as well, or maybe some into savings. All right, so that was a little bit longer than I wanted it to be, but I did want to catch up and just be so grateful for anybody who stuck to the end of the video. Like I said, I love these debt-free charts. So this is the one that I finished for my credit cards in July. This is my detrist that I've started for my big car loan, which is $38,000. We're just going to try to tackle it as best as possible. So that is that. When I do have a tenant in my basement, then there'll be a lot more extra savings and income to help chuck at the debt, put at savings, start investing, kind of do it all. But for right now, the margins are very, very tight. So we are going to just work with what we got and really, really stick to just using cash. So thank you all so much. I hope you all had a wonderful summer. We're still not done. If you're a teacher, we've got 3 more weeks left. We can do it. But I am kind of looking forward to getting back into like a routine. So yeah, that's that. I hope everyone is doing well, and wishing you all the best in the rest of August. I will be back at the end of August for sure to do kind of a debt update on where I'm at, as well as getting ready for the cash stuffing for back to school. All right, have a wonderful rest of your week, and I'll see you all next time.